There's a fundamental question in the room today, whether cyber warfare equals war in itself. In my view, I'm Peter Hacker, founder of Distinction.Global, an independent think tank focusing on cyber research as a cyber observatory. There's a fundamental difference. In today's world, cyber operations do focus primarily on psychological aspects rather than physical consequences. Notwithstanding the before mentioned, this is a very strong claim which I put out there. Let's look briefly what happened since 2013 related to the Ukraine. For many years we have seen covert cyber operations, but these operations primarily had psychological consequences, effects, rather than physical damages to the industry, to the government itself. If I take the example of January 14th, 2022, we had major effects specifically on critical infrastructure on the one side, on the other side, obviously, on state departments, but these were impacts for a couple of hours. The main focus was again to hit the government specifically from a psychological point of view and inject worries, threats to the citizens of the Ukraine. If we look a day or two back, and now we are in mid-February, we had a major DDoS attack happening in the Ukraine again. One of the largest ever DDoS attacks around the world. Again, the prime focus from my point of view was psychological effects to achieve rather than create physical damages because it was a DDoS attack. Having said that, this does not preclude potential strikes going forward. And there is the fundamental question, will we see a physical attack backed by a cyber operation? We are in a hidden war, cyber operation world today. Viruses mutate very quickly, globally. You cannot stop them at your border. Governments had to suffer this particular experience in 2017, and many international corporations as well, when we had the case of NotPetya. One of the fundamental challenges at that moment in time and today is still the attribution. To which degree can you attribute and prove a specific cyber operation to a state? If such a case comes to court, then it's obviously decisive for the one party or the other. And this is not a simple topic. No doubt, critical infrastructure is a main target when it comes down to cyber operations. Critical infrastructure includes not just specific energy providers, utility providers, but very often banks, financial institutions, or specific government institutions. Let me be crystal clear. One of the fundamental debates we currently have is obviously politics around cyber operations. It's what I call opinion information leadership to a certain degree. We see every day specific new attribution to the one state or the other. Now, cyber warfare is not just something in an intangible way to attack via systems. It's much more, it's around politics as well at the end. You know, one state against the other. And the future is very clear. The future will bring geopolitical challenges to an even broader extent and potentially shifts around economic power, military power, and last but not least, political power.